Tell me, when you hear spirituality, what comes to your mind first? Most people have a very wrong notion when they hear terms like spirituality, awakening, enlightenment, etc. We realize that happiness and sorrow, gain and loss are all part of this grand design. Our mind is undoubtedly an incredible tool. It helps us to solve problems, create art, and build the world around us. But it can also be our biggest obstacle. Spirituality is taking the journey within, which is the journey of self-discovery. Hello and welcome. Today in this video, we will take some effort to venture into the world of spirituality. Before I begin, tell me, when you hear spirituality, what comes to your mind first? Lots of mystical experiences? Your ability to predict the future? Supernatural powers? Or your ability to read people's minds? Most people have a very wrong notion when they hear terms like spirituality, awakening, enlightenment, etc. They consider these as something out of the ordinary, kind of fanciful stuff. But the truth is just the opposite. So let's take some time to delve into this a little deeper and understand what it is all about. From an Advaitic viewpoint, spirituality is not about reaching for something exotic. It's about discovering something profoundly ordinary, yet extremely significant. It's knowing who you really are. Not who you are with all the degrees that you possess. Not who you are with reference to the position you hold in your career or business. Not who you are as regards your standing in your family or in the society. Not who you are with your height, weight, complexion or family background. It's knowing who you are at the core. If we look at the dictionary for the meaning of spirituality, we will find that it has something to do with the human spirit or soul, as opposed to material or physical things. It's a pointer for moving towards the spirit, our soul, Atman, or consciousness, which is our innermost core. True spirituality is about finding our true nature, discovering the self that is in us, the same self that is in all. Right now, we see everyone and everything as separate from us, don't we? Spirituality is about seeing through the illusion of separateness and discovering the essence of who we really are. You see, in our daily hustle, we often lose touch with who we really are. We are like actors so lost in our roles that we forget our true identity. Now you might wonder, how is this relevant to me? Well, think about it. We all experience moments of worry, doubt, fear, confusion, right? When we discover our true self, we are able to easily overcome these problems and face life as it comes. So spirituality is not about escaping life, but embracing life more fully, understanding our deeper nature. Sri Ramana Maharshi, a great sage, taught the simplest yet the most profound method of self-inquiry. He encouraged asking the question, who am I? Not in a philosophical sense, but as a tool to peel away the layers of our identity. Identity that we have ascribed to ourselves through our roles, our physical body, our thoughts and surroundings. When we proceed with self-inquiry, we reach a point where we realize that our true self is beyond these temporary attributes of roles, body, mind, and the outside world. Now, this spiritual journey doesn't mean our life turns upside down. We don't have to renounce the world. We don't have to become a monk. It's about finding clarity and peace amidst our everyday lives. It's about being fully present in whatever we do, fully grounded in reality. Also, this inner journey is personal and unique for everyone. There is no one size fits all. But the best part is that this exploration leads to a deeper understanding of ourselves, which in turn leads to a deeper connection with the world around us. Therefore, it is clear that spirituality is not about acquiring something new. It is discovering what has been there always. It's not about reaching a destination. It's about recognizing what we are and what we always have been. Spirituality is also about our connection to something greater than ourselves, that which is beyond the confines of the limited body and mind. Spirituality is not being someone special. It's not about attaining supernatural powers. It's not about being different from the rest of the people around us. Spirituality is coming to terms with the fundamental nature of our existence. It is realizing that we are that one consciousness, one without a second. You see, when we look into our lives, we live in a world of constant change. Our jobs, our relationships, our health, our emotions, everything is in a state of change. Things happen out of the blue, and when we are caught up in this storm, we feel lost, anxious, and dissatisfied. This is where spirituality brings in a fresh perspective. It teaches us to remain unattached to those things that are changing, things that we possess, including this body and the mind, and to anchor ourselves to that which is unchanging, which is our true inner self. Advaita Vedanta offers a beautiful analogy of the ocean and its waves. The waves are many, but the ocean is one. It is the rising of the ocean that manifests as waves. But when these waves subside, they become one with the ocean, losing their separate form and existence. Similarly, the world around us, our body, our thoughts, our emotions, are like waves, numerous, ever-changing, and our true self is like the ocean, which is one and constant. Deep within the expression of this material world is the unexpressed truth of the eternal consciousness. The world that we see has emerged from it, just like the waves have emerged from the ocean. The world will eventually merge into that one consciousness from where it came, just as the waves would eventually merge into the ocean. Life can also be seen like a vast, intricate tapestry where each thread represents our experiences, our thoughts, emotions, and interactions. We are so close to this tapestry that often all we see are the threads. Our immediate joys, sorrows, successes, and failures. True spirituality invites us to step back and view the entire tapestry. It reveals a beautiful interconnected design where each thread has its unique yet essential role. This perspective shift is transformative. When we start viewing life from this broader perspective, our relationship with ourselves and the world changes. We begin to understand the impermanence of life's dramas. We realize that happiness and sorrow, gain and loss are all part of this grand design. Now, this doesn't mean we become indifferent. Rather, we engage with life more wholeheartedly, without the fear of loss or the craving for gain. The mind plays an important role here. Our mind is undoubtedly an incredible tool. It helps us to solve problems, create art, and build the world around us. But it can also be our biggest obstacle. We often identify ourselves so strongly with our thoughts and emotions that we forget they are just passing clouds and not the sky itself. True spirituality teaches us to observe these clouds from the vantage point of the sky, vast, serene, totally unaffected by the nuances of the outer world. It all begins by asking the fundamental question, who am I? Or what is my true nature? Or what is the source of my happiness and suffering too? Advaita Vedanta calls it Maya, which is the illusion of separateness. For example, when we watch a movie, we get so involved in the story that we laugh, cry, and feel every emotion with the characters. But at the back of our minds, we know it is just a screen. In the same way, Maya is the illusion that forces us to believe that we are this body, that we are this mind, that we are defined by what we possess. In short, this illusion does a cover-up of the ultimate reality and projects non-real as real. Sri Ramana Maharshi's teachings help us cut through this illusion. His message is clear. You are not just the actor playing various roles. You are the screen on which the entire movie of life is projected. Your true nature remains untouched and pure, no matter what scene is playing out on the screen. Embracing this understanding can be challenging, but it is incredibly rewarding. It is about being mindful, about observing our thoughts and emotions without getting carried away or swept away by them. It's about finding that stillness within us that remains constant despite the challenges that we experience in life. Through meditation, mindfulness, and self-inquiry, we slow down, observe our inner world, and eventually go beyond the chatter of the mind to experience our true self. Mind you, this inner journey is not about conforming to a set of beliefs or practices. It is about finding our own path to that inner stillness and peace. It is about listening to the inner voice and trusting wherever it would lead us to. Spirituality is taking the journey within, which is the journey of self-discovery. It prompts us to look within, to confront parts of ourselves that we had earlier chosen to ignore. It is understanding ourselves beyond the limited confines of the body and the formless mind. It is recognizing our fears, desires, and attachments, knowing them as mere illusions, and seeing them with our new eyes, seeing them as they really are. As we deepen our understanding, our perspective about life changes. We start feeling a lot more better. We don't get upset that quickly. We stop complaining. We prefer to remain silent. We become happy with what we are and what we have. We realize that at the core, everything is one. We start seeing ourselves in others. Compassion and empathy become our natural responses. Our relationships deepen, and we find joy in the simplest of the things. With these changes happening, we begin to live more authentically, more in line with our true nature. But how and where do we start this journey? The answer is through self-reflection. For some people, this happens through meditation. Some prefer to spend time with people who talk about it. Some read scriptures that point to this reality. Some take part in courses that lay this truth bare open. Some others prefer to simply spend quiet time with nature. As we tread this path, we find that our perception of the world changes. We start seeing the divine in the ordinary. Every aspect of life becomes a window to the infinite. Maybe a sunrise, maybe a smile, maybe a look on someone's face, maybe a kind gesture. And then we realize that the entire universe is a manifestation of the same divine essence that is within us. This realization brings with it a profound sense of peace. We no longer see others as separate from us. Their joys and sorrows become ours. This sense of oneness is the root of true compassion and love, love that is unconditional and all-encompassing. In this renewed journey, we start engaging with life in a more authentic manner. We find joy in doing simple things, in doing our work with dedication and love, in building beautiful relationships that nourish our soul. However, as we walk this path, we will meet challenges and obstacles that are also part of the journey. They are not roadblocks. They are stepping stones. They are opportunities for growth and deeper understanding. With ultimate faith, we have to embrace them with an open heart and mind. We have to surrender ourselves to the supreme source that is deep within us. Remember, spirituality is not a race. It's not about how much we know or how many spiritual experiences we have had. It's about being honest with ourselves. It's about patience. It's about kindness. It's about self-control, forbearance, and willingness to learn. To the beginners, I encourage you to approach spirituality with an open mind and heart. Keep your eyes wide open. Listen carefully. Use your reasoning ability. And most importantly, try to make it your personal experience. Test these teachings in the laboratory of your own life. See what resonates with you, what makes you more compassionate, more aware, more at peace with yourself. True spirituality is a journey back to where we started, a journey into our true self. It's about shedding the layers of conditioning and discovering the pearl of true wisdom within. It's taking the journey of life itself. The most important thing is to remain patient. Spiritual growth is not linear. It's not a straight line. It's a journey where sometimes we feel we are going in circles, but in reality, we are ascending towards greater awareness. I welcome you to the adventure of a lifetime. Please do keep an open mind, ask questions, seek with sincerity, and be ready for the answers to come in the most unexpected ways. Thank you so much for walking this path with me. I look forward to continuing this journey together with you. Please share your comments on whatever thoughts come to you. Until next time, take care and remember, the journey within is the most rewarding journey ever. Thanks a million.